I love orange as a color for my folding knives. Judging by the sales, you guys do too. This is one of our paramilitary 2s in limited edition orange. Kind of beat up from carry. The boys and I fight over this one all the time to carry it. Little patch of skateboard tape there to get it out of the pocket quicker. Zip tie mod. Worn clip. And this is in CTS XHP. It's our test bed. It's been resharpened, wearing my glistening edge, which makes me happy. Makes me happy. And the gear checks I've been doing too, dudes. Your edges still suck. Just saying. They're bad. They're so bad. I've said this so many times. It's either a factory edge, which can be good if it hasn't seen a lot of use, or it's just been beat down and there's not much edge at all. I sharpen them for you guys when I meet you. I send them back to you free of charge to the audience members of TMP. And yeah, we love orange. Heck, it's featured in our stickers and our patches a lot. Here's the sticker on the table, and here comes the patch variation at the web store on the screen, by the way. And here comes another limited edition orange. This one is again by CutleryShoppe. Jeff does such a great job with his special editions. This is a Spyderco C41 POR5 Native 5, also in orange. This one is in new condition, of course. How many of you guys have a Native in your collection? How many of you carry the Native frequently? Is it lots? I said in the Mantra review that I like the Native. I don't know if I totally love it. And let me get this out of the way now. This is one of the reasons why. Is that it kind of has an occluded deployment hole versus like a paramilitary, an Endura, a Delica, any number of knives, where this one with my zip tie is completely exposed. So there's no occlusion, there's no impediments to a fast pocket deployment, right? I don't think you'll have an impediment here. If you zip tie it, you'll be fine. I have ran a Native before and it was that way, but this occlusion right here, it's just a very minor issue with me. I'm not trying to act like it's a huge thing why I would not own it. Not at all. In fact, this is a great EDC and philosophy of use backpacking blade. And here's why. Look at how light this sucker is, dudes. It is a featherweight. And I won't guess because I've been embarrassing myself lately. But I'm not going to guess. Just 2.4. That's nothing, dudes, for a broad blade, which, by the way, is in CPM S90V, full flat ground. And that's what I've always preferred out of the Native series, any of the Spydercos. I've always said that. Oh, what do you know? Polecat coming into frame. Polestar, actually. We'll review that next. So it's a great blade. I mean, it's kind of a stubby working blade. Great belly on it. Yeah, I'm wearing gloves from a WRV. Didn't take them off. It'll be all right. Relax if you don't like it. Jimping on the top and bottom. Man, does it lock in. The Native really locks in your hand. I think it's too small to be a defensive blade for me. It really is, but a lot of you guys would like it. You know, they like, a lot of dudes, even a lot of martial artist dudes like the shorter blades. More control. Big Spidey hole on this one. About the same as the Polestar. Actually, Polestar is even bigger right there. Bigger blade as well. The clip is the same as you saw here. So it's just a standard spoonbill Spidey clip. This one I profiled. Do you see how I ground that one down? And that's kind of gets to the crux of what I do on my spoonbill blades on Spydercos, because I think this is just a little too much overhang for me. Now the anchoring is going to be different on these. You can see this is just a variation. Lanyard hole right here on the Native 5. FRG handles, volcano grip. I really like volcano grip. We've seen it and used it in our Delicas and Enduras forever, right? Right. It just works. This is a lockback too, and maybe that drives to why, I don't know, the Native I haven't featured a lot in my WRVs as an embedded mini mention, like I've been talking about. I don't mind the lockback, but if I'm going to get a lockback, I really like something super strong like a Triad from Cold Steel. That's just me. That's what I like. I love how they didn't do steel liners on this. So it's kind of an old school Spyderco build. And that's why it's only 2.4 ounces. And it's, you know, if you're living in a legality or a state where you can't have over a 3-inch blade, this one qualifies as 2.95 5 inches if you care. I think it would be super trick if it came with a loop over tensioned wire clip from Spyderco. There's a lot of aftermarket stuff for all Spydercos, and there's probably something that would fit this. A Native 5 loop over clip. It'd be worth getting. If it was inexpensive, like 10, 15 bucks, I'd totally get it. If I'm rocking this EDC wise. Speed, therefore, is good. I wouldn't say it's super fast for the reasons I talked about. And here, and it's kind of nice I'm wearing gloves because I kind of show you this, that you can still dig into it. And I'm doing a conventional deployment, not an auto deploy from the pocket. And again, you can still do that. If you had a big old fat zip tie, it'll snag on your pocket. And yes, I know there are deployment hole devices out there that will fit in the Spidey holes. I find though they're usually out of stock. They're in some weird camouflage color and they're expensive. Speaking of which, this is a $95 knife at CutleryShoppe, the limited edition, and it will sell all day long at that price. In fact, those of you who find this video in about a month or two are going to find this completely sold out. Because with or without my promotion of this and telling people about it, they sell. I mean, Jeff goes, yeah, any orange Spyderco knife that I have, it sells out. They've done a couple different variations up there. Lockup is tight, here centering and retention on the Native 5. And I'm thinking now, when's the last time I talked about a Native? It's been a long time, right? I don't think, again, I just don't feature them a lot. So it's kind of cool to kind of bounce it out. I really like S90 V steel for its rust resistance, good edge holding. All the CPM powder metallurgy steels are good. They work great. Will this retain its value? Hard to say, really. I mean, I wouldn't buy it as a collectible. I wouldn't. Maybe you would. It's really, it is a collectible in that it's a limited edition coloration, but it is an FRN handle versus G10 and maybe something more special. Hard to say. I think if you kept it new in box, it might hold its value. Now, there's guys that say, "Oh, that won't happen. It's a, it's a mass production blade. It's going to go down the day you buy it." We have not found that to be the case, depending on which model it is. So the Native 5 by CS is pretty excellent. I love orange. Orange is a great color. Recommended. Nut and Fancy. See ya.